DD wipes away the mirror message. Blaze apologizes to DD for all of them forgetting to congratulate her on surviving the lip sync. DD says it's fine, and she didn't think she should have been in the bottom. Scott says she's being delusional, and Sissy says DD didn't win the lip sync, she survived. Aelita calls Sissy out for being a bitch, and Sissy says okay Little Miss Perfect.
Sissy and I are both from Caddick. She's the popular girl, and she sticks with it, in crowds. Sissy can be a pain to work with, but she's a gossip and that's what keeps her in the relevant circles. She likes taking shots at everyone, so despite her popularity she's not really liked as a person.
Aelita has always been a talented girl, but I hate her tastes. Her taste in guys, in music, in looks. That's why I was surprised she was brought back here, and I wasn't surprised she was the pork chop queen of season 1. She won't be here for long, so she should enjoy her 15 minutes of fame before I snatch the crown.
Sissy won the mini challenge.
Like I said, before I snatch the crown.
Queens, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Keep it to yourself and form it into a diamond. You're going to need it, because for today's maxi challenge you will be performing in an improv challenge. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
I'm excited for the maxi challenge. I know how to put on a show.
It's time I gotta win. No one, not even Julie, is going to stop me. It's the era of Runo.
Runo and Julie start discussing the challenge, and it quickly turns into a fight. Julie is telling Runo she's going to demolish her in the challenge, and Runo tells her what she wants isn't what is going to happen. Runo tells Julie she's going to win the challenge and that Julie's going to trip during the lip sync and sashay away. Julie tells Runo they will see, and she won't take that lying down. Runo tells Gonta and DD to follow her, they need to prepare to put Julie in her place. Julie shouts after Runo that she's talking big now, but they'll see who is on top at the end of the day. Julie turns to Aelita and Alia and says she can't stand Runo.
Julie and I always fight like this. Ah, good times. I love Julie, but I can't let her get in the way of my crown. Not gonna happen.
Runo is both a great friend and a great rival to me in this competition. She makes competing to be the next cartoon drag superstar interesting. But interesting alone is not enough to be the next cartoon drag superstar. I'm sorry Runo, but I'm going to have to come out ahead.
Blake and Yang ask Blaze if she wants to work with them in the challenge. Blaze agrees, and Yang says their team is utterly perfect. Blake and Blaze glare at Yang, and Blaze tells Blake she's surprised they are dating. Blake tells Blaze that Yang is kind and she could do far worse. Yang kisses Blake. DD is blazing ahead, coming up with 100 ideas a minute. Gonta is lost and struggling to keep up with DD and Runo. Runo is losing her temper at both of them, as Gonta continues to remain confused and DD continues steamrolling them.
These ideas are amazing. I only wish we could implement all of them. Tee-hee, the three of us are going to do so well in this challenge.
Those three are going to do horrible in this challenge. They have no synergy, and it would be almost better if they broke off to work solo. A lot of those girls are friends, and they seem nice. But the problem with having friends in this competition is not having the heart to call it for what it is. Runo is in danger if she doesn't cut Gonta and DD loose.
I think Runo is fun and kind, but this is like watching a train wreck. It's so bad, you just can't look away. I had to try something.
Yang attempts to pull Runo aside to try to tell her that she needs to switch course. Runo gets defensive and starts going off on Yang. Yang in turn starts yelling at Runo and it quickly turns into a fight. Blake and Blaze quickly come over and remind Yang they need to work on their performance. Yang and Runo return to their stations glaring at each other.
Yeah, that didn't go as planned. Runo was venting from the stress, and I just lost my cool with her. I'm going to have to apologize to her later when she's ready to talk.
Nothing is going right today. I'm getting into fights with seemingly everyone. I can't seem to rein in DD and Gonta. One is too energetic and the other needs help keeping up. Yang was just trying to help, and I went off on her. I feel bad, but it's not over yet. I might just yet manage to salvage this.
Garchomp comes over and asks Julie, Alia, and Aelita if they can work with them. Julie says they're pretty comfortable with their team and they don't want to risk jeopardizing their chemistry. Garchomp sighs and walks away. Alia thanks Julie for answering that quickly, and Aelita agrees, saying it would have been a nightmare working with Garchomp.
Garchomp is mean and nasty, and they're kinda creepy. There are things Garchomp will say where everyone will stop and wonder if she's being serious. And usually, she is.
Aelita, Alia, and Julie are all delusional, disgusting disgraces. I was there to take pity on their dumb delusional baby drag selves, but they're too hopeless. Utterly worthless. I can't wait until people are calling to have their gigs cancelled and they learn what failures of queens they are.
Garchomp will say the nastiest thing you've ever heard. The worst things you could possibly say or wish about someone, and then say them and think she's just telling as it is. Garchomp thinks she's serving.
Garchomp takes one look at Runo, DD, and Gonta, then turns and asks Yang, Blake, and Blaze if she can work with them. Yang laughs and says Garchomp is funny. DD giggles and Garchomp turns to her and screams, "What are you laughing about?" Gonta and Runo step between Garchomp and DD, and production tells Garchomp to walk away.
The disrespect these girls have for me just goes to show they're not cut out to be the next cartoon drag superstar.
Oh boo-hoo, a dragon who's a big baby when one of the shortest girls in the room giggles at a joke. Tee hee hee, I'm going to keep the giggles coming, I don't like bullies.
I'm honestly confused how Garchomp passed the psych eval. She's clearly not Cynthia's Garchomp. Cynthia's Garchomp should sue for defamation.
Scott asks Sissy how she's doing with the challenge. Sissy tells Scott all she has written is that Aelita looks perfect for radio. Scott chuckles.
Sissy is a funny girl, but she needs to step it up. If she sachets away right after dunking, I'm going to have to carry this season entirely on my shoulders. As long as Sissy's here, we can split all the hate from fans who want a wallpaper-flavored season. So step it up.
I'm a shady comedic star. I'm not worried, because my best material comes in the moment. I can tell Scott is worried about me, and that he's very confident in this challenge. He also was very confident he would win Total Drama, and I oop.
Garchomp walks over and begins to ask Scott and Sissy about joining their group, but Scott cuts her off and says never going to happen. Sissy agrees, saying they don't work with complete and utter losers. Garchomp walks off cursing under their breath.
There's a big difference between being shady and mean, and biting everyone's heads off when they so much as glance at you the wrong way. Garchomp has spent the entirety of this competition being a complete and utter garbage loser to everyone. Now no one wants her in their groups. Oh, how terrible it must be to be an utter loser of a person.
Julie, Alia, and Aelita are laughing as they read back their material.
I'm feeling great about this challenge. I'm very comfortable with my material and I have a great chemistry with Alia and Aelita. I'm coming for the win today. It's clear everyone came to compete this season. It's going to take effort to stand out amongst all these fierce divas, but I'm up to the task. That's why I'm back for a second time after all.
Alia, Scott, Yang, Julie, and Blake had a great performance.
I am the clear frontrunner tonight. The other girls gave a great second-place performance.
I'm so close to a win. I feel really good about what I've shown this week after I was low last week.
DD, Sissy, Runo, Blaze, and Aelita had a good performance.
I feel really good about what I did, but I chose to pair up with Alia and Julie this week and they were just taking over the spotlight. I think I'm going to be alright this week, however. Rooting for one of them to get the win tonight.
I absolutely was steamrolled by DD. And well, there was also Gonta.
Gonta and Garchomp had a bad performance.
Gonta is idiot. Gonta feels bad for dragging Runo down this week.
I feel bad for Gonta, they're sweet. But they're in danger tonight. I don't think they'll be in danger tonight.
It's everyone else's fault for my performance this week. They set me up to fail, but don't worry. Garchomp's always come out the lucky one on top.
Yang, Julie, and Runo are doing their makeup for the runway. Runo turns to Yang and apologizes to her for getting mad at her earlier. Yang also apologizes, and tells her she just reacted and she never intended to start a fight. The two hug. Julie jokes to Runo that it looks like she's winning the crown this season. Runo laughs and tells her not to let this week get to her head. Julie says that's too late and the girls laugh.
I'm glad Runo didn't bomb too hard this week. She's a great friend and she's going to make this competition fun. Just wait and see.
Yang, Julie, and Sissy slaved the runway. Alia, Scott, and Gonta had a great runway.
I devour this runway. Mark my words, because I am not going to just do good, I came to demolish this competition. I'm a one-of-a-kind queen, and I'm here to leave a mark on cartoon drag and win the crown while I do it.
Blake, Aelita, Blaze, DD, Runo, and Garchomp had a good runway. Please welcome to the judges panel our resident judge, from Inside Out, it's Bill Anderson. Now let the judging commence. Yang Xiaolong, Blake Belladonna, Julie, Garchomp, Gonta Gokuhara, and Runo, you represent the tops and bottoms of the week.
How is it that I'm not even in the top 3, let alone the winner? The robbery.
I wouldn't say Blanley's choices were wrong. Julie, Yang, and Blake did good this week, but it's disappointing being so close and not getting acknowledgement from Blanley about your performance.
Julie, congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge. Yang Xiaolong and Blake Belladonna, good job this week, you are safe.
Looks like I hit a home run this week. And this won't be the last time. Thank you, Blanley.
I was hoping to get a second win today, but me and Yang being in the top for 2 weeks straight is also great. Also congrats to Julie.
That means Garchomp, Gonta Gokuhara, and Runo, you are up for elimination.
I didn't expect I'd be in the bottom this week, but I don't think I'm in danger. We all saw how Gonta did.
Gonta Gokuhara, you are safe. That means Runo and Garchomp, I'm sorry my dears, but you are up for elimination.
Oh wow. Well, I didn't really prepare to lip sync because I didn't think I'd be in the bottom tonight. But I'm not going to quit just yet.
Gonta is confused. Gonta thought Gonta would be lip syncing. Gonta feels bad. It's Gonta's fault Runo is in the bottom tonight.
I can't wait to lip sync. I don't care which one I'm against, I'll send either of them home for all I care. No one crosses Garchomp, no one.
2 queens stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourselves from elimination. Good luck. And don't fuck it up. The lip sync song is It's Raining Men, the sequel, by Martha Wash and RuPaul. Garchomp had a good lip sync, Runo flopped the lip sync. Garchomp, Shantae you stay. Runo, sashay away. Julie runs up to Runo crying as she's walking to the back of the stage, and the two hug.
Hold on to the light in your hearts. The Hey Oz Diva is coming home.
Back in Untucked. Julie is still crying about Runo's elimination, but the other girls are cheering her up. Julie says she'll be alright, and Alia congratulates her on winning the challenge. Scott groans, and Sissy asks him what that's about. Scott says he should have won the challenge instead of Julie, and Blake tells Scott he was good but not that good. Scott tells Blake she has no room to put down his performance, and Blake says Scott should look in the mirror as they just put down Julie's performance. Scott tells Blake if she can't take a couple mean comments she shouldn't be the next cartoon drag superstar, and Blake tells Scott he should take his own advice because denying reality does not make a drag superstar. Yang, Blake, and Blaze walk off. Sissy tells Aelita her drag is clearly not up to par for the competition when she's being outshined by the queens she associates with. Aelita asks what Sissy's excuse is because she doesn't remember Sissy doing much better. Sissy reminds Aelita she's not the one competing for a second time. Aelita tells Sissy she shouldn't pick fights when she hasn't been in the top yet, and she's just making a fool of herself. Sissy tells Aelita that it won't be long now, and Aelita says she's right. It won't be long until Sissy is at the top of the do not call list. Sissy rolls her eyes and walks away.